Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be showing you an original species I made. And before you ask, for like all of you furries or OC makers out there, yes, I support furries, don't judge me. But for all of you guys out there, yes, this species is an open species. I just don't really want to make a website about them, so I'm just going to put them in a video right here. So, I'm also sorry for being gone for 4th of July. I had a fireworks show and I was pretty busy drinking my Sonic milkshakes. Well, vanilla milkshake. But, that aside, I'm going to just stop and, bleh, tell you guys about the species I've been nerding out about because I just finished it and I'm really happy about how it turned out. Anyways, without further ado, let's just get started. So this little guy right here is known as a figura, and it is actually a mix between a lot of species. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And I made it myself. And, fun fact, it actually stands on both, on fours and on twos. And I'll show you the twos right now. You can see on the screen. But, it also has fangs. I forgot to mention that, but, yeah. Let's just get on to the next, thing here about this, here species before I ramble about. So, these species have separate patterns. I'm going to show you the face patterns first. And these are the face patterns, which are, of course, are not limited to the plain pattern, any kind of spots and stripes, the dots above the eyes, the colored nozzle and cheeks one, and then there's a second one as well. And it's the same thing, but with a stripe going across the head. And then there's spots around the eyes or patches. And then a little raccoon-esque ferret mask. And yes, a combination of these are allowed to be made here. The next, the body parts are, but are not limited to, the plain style, the half stomach, the full stomach, the streak behind the back, the stitch up is what I like to call, basically like a whole entire Frankenstein looking thing, the neck stripe, the big spot on the back, and then the underbelly. Stripes and spots are allowed here, and a combination between a few of them are also allowed, or all of them, I don't, it's just combination, bleh. The next ones are the leg patterns, which are but not limited to, the plain style, the full color, like a fox, the half color, and the stitch up, like I said, the whole Frankenstein shtick. Spots and stripes are allowed here, and any pop pad color combination is allowed as well. Like whether it's 2 colors, 3, 4, 5, 1, it doesn't matter, it's allowed. And the last one are the tails, which are and only limited to, these are the only 4 you can use for the species. We have the plain, the nub, the striped, and the striped with the nub. And yeah, you can only use these 4, and no spots are allowed here. And now we have the facts. Chances are that this video is going to be blurred because the quality sucks, but that's okay, I can just read the shit to you. So the name of the species is a figura, and plural, like more than one, it's figuris, and the family is a figurae. The scientific name is a Finidistrentis, also known as a finidini in the animal kingdom. Yes, a finidini. I love that name so much, I don't know why, it's so dumb, but I love it. You can find these species in the fields, forests, and jungles. These species are warm-blooded, although they can't handle the cold or the hot well, so they don't live in deserts, nor do they live in, like, a lot of snowy areas like the Arctic or the poles or something. The colors you would find them in the real world are, well, the normal colors you would normally find them in the real world, like any species. Brown, black, gray, white, tan, blue, orange, bleh. and that one blue color that Russian blue cats have. Meanwhile, if you find them in any other world or for any other reason, like, I don't know, furry OC or something like that, you can literally just make them any fucking color you want. Doesn't matter. Blue, green, I don't know, pink. You can make it that color. The general personality that these species would have are that they're shy, they get scared easily, they're ambiverted around their own kind, but introverted around any other kind like cats, dogs, bunnies, ferrets, humans, etc. Even like ones like protogens, Dutch angel dragons, literally any single species. And they're also kind, very kind, unless if you mess with a family member of theirs, so watch out. And now for the facts. So the average size you can find in these species on 4 legs is that you can find them between the size of a ferret and the size of a wolf. And with being on 2 legs, you can find them in the average size from being a house cat to a literal fucking human. They're pretty huge when they want to be. Just like Ferret, the Pokemon. Yeah, that one. It is possible for them to wear complete pieces of clothing like shoes, pants, and scarves, etc. And they can also do human-esque activities like cook, play specific games, skateboard. They're pretty fucking wacky. They can also surf too. Although, they're not the best swimmers, so keep that in mind. Like I said, they walk on 2s and 4s. Their eyes glow in the dark. And albinos do exist, but are rare like the usual. As seen in the top left, that's what they look like. The white and red eyes, you know, the usual. And then ones with skull faces also exist, as seen on the right. Although they're very rare to find and are very dangerous. Don't mess with them. Also, I want to mention, before making an albino or a skull face, I recommend you ask me in the comments or any other, video or other media you can find me on if you can, use any aspects of those in your species due to them being rare. It's like a whole entire My Little Pony alicorn situation. Be aware that they're very rare and, well, as well as like the primogens or something like that, ask. Don't be afraid to ask if you could use them. I'll say yes unless if you're mean or something, I don't know. It depends on the person you are. Okay, so species rant aside, let's continue. So, they have retractable claws like cats. Their fur size can range, but they don't ever shed. So, if you're allergic to furred beings like cats, dogs, etc., you're going to be fine with this species. And they can also be kept as pets. And, think of any single food. They're not allergic to it. Well, except bugs and bitterlines. If you've been on this channel before, then you know what they are. But if you don't, ask. Just like the species, don't be afraid to ask what they are. Because there are another species I made, but they're completely different than this. I'm just gonna say that right now. They're completely different. They're from a Baldi's Basics AU, so yeah. And another mention. They're not a dog, they're not a cat, rodent, weasel. Like I said, they have a scientific name and another name in the animal kingdom for a reason. They're a finny dinny. They're their own animal in the animal kingdom. So, yeah, that's a nice little bonus. Their general likes are zoomies, head pets, and any toy they can find, as well as sweet and savory food. And about the toy thing, don't get any funny ideas. I know there's a lot of furries out, not a lot, but some furries out there that like to draw inappropriate pictures themselves. This species, you cannot do that shit to. They don't have nipples, they don't have, weenies, they don't have any of those. They breed asexually, And they're just asexual all around, just like a few other species you might have seen. They're asexual beings, do not do it. Oh yeah, and before I forget, none of the likes apply to the skull face. They don't like zoomies, they like, belly pets, not head pets. They don't really like toys at all. They love spicy food, and, they, just none of these apply to this type of species. And now the general dislikes of a figura are that they don't like loud noises and they don't like spicy food, unlike skull faces, with the exception of buffalo sauce. Every single kind of figura loves buffalo sauce, including the skull face. And they don't like being locked up, and it makes them anxious. Keep in mind that the skull face also doesn't like loud noises, nor do they like being locked up. I just want to point that out right now. Being locked up makes them anxious. And I want to mention something. If you want to make a figura OC or Fursona, whatever, you need to include every single one of these in there, I swear. Every single figura must have a small nose, a small snout, a folded ear, doesn't matter which, and it must be small, it must be folded. They must all have big eyes. They must all have 4-digited front paws and 3-digited back paws, and their tails must be long, unless if they're story-wise, like the tail's chopped off or something. Ask before you do it, okay? Just ask. Don't be afraid to ask, okay? If you want to make them short, ask. But I recommend you make them long like this. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and you also must add the fangs, too. You can't forget about the fangs. I also want to mention that at some point I will show you guys 2 OCs of figuras at some point. I haven't made them yet, but I want to make them. One of them will be basically a remade version of this OC right here, which, fun fact, is a Beanie Boo OC I made like yesterday, but wanted to make a new species for. And then I'll also make a skull face OC because I'm the owner of the species and I could do whatever I want. So F off to every one of you who says that the owner of the species cannot have the rare variant, because they can. I'm dying. So that's all for this video. Let me know what you think about my original OC species, and also let me know if you made one yourself, original species, or if you made a figura, because if you made a figura, that would make me happy, but honestly, I don't care if you made one or not. I just want to know your opinions on it, and my stupidity. But anyway, I'm just going to let you guys go, do the cliche end of the video shit, like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever the fuck, you don't have to do it, but still, oh my god, also, if I'm not here next week, if you haven't seen my talkative announcement video, that's because I'm going to Malibu. Chances are I will make a video on it after we head back from Malibu. So yeah, I'll let you guys know about that, and, yeah, I'll let you guys go, and, have fun with, Figura or something. I don't know, just do whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. Bye.